Okay, chat, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We got to see Deadpool and Wolverine in the damn movie theaters without any spoilers. I avoided the internet long enough to avoid spoilers, and I'm so glad I did because holy guacamole with teriyaki sauce on the side, that movie was incredible. I'm going to say it right now, without a doubt, Deadpool and Wolverine is the best movie of the year. I think somebody mentioned that its competition is probably Dune 2, and some other jargon that's out there that nobody cares about, because this movie is the movie that is won the summer blockbuster that is probably going to take over, and definitely knocking out over every single thing that's out there. I don't care what movie you like. Deadpool and Wolverine is the GOAT. Shut up right now. Go watch the movie because it is knocking them out of the park. The characters, the storyline, the pacing, the comedy, the action, all top tier. Get off your seats and then go back in the seats in the movie theaters and go watch it because it is way too much fun. And the fourth wall breaking was perfect. It didn't feel forced. It was done well, and it was a great showcase of people who actually pay attention to source material, love what they do, and actually had the opportunity to make a movie that they were passionate about, and they were in control of it. This is rare because when it comes to these types of movies, especially when it comes to Disney, you got a lot of people that are outside of the spectrum that are trying to make these movies and don't know the source materials. That aren't really comic book nerds. But this is a movie for the people who have actually followed the stories from the comic books to the animated shows to some of the previous movies and all that jazz. This is a movie made by fans for fans with a big movie type budget. That's all it really is. It's a movie made by fans for fans, but it's not a fan made movie. But it is a fan made movie from the fans with real life big budget type stuff. But shut up, Kenny. And the idea is that it's the first time in a long time that you have a big budget movie made by fans for fans. And I'm glad that you had the right people in place, like Ryan, like Hugh Jackman, and like some others I'm not going to mention right now, that were able to jump in and really put it together, because you already know they have a passion for this and they loved it, and they were actually able to make something that they really enjoyed. So round of applause for what they did. And let's get into the fun parts of this, of what we saw without throwing out spoilers. Nico, let's go first with you, buddy. Nico, overall impressions of the movies. No spoiler. We're in no spoiler territory right now, but overall impressions of the movies. What did you think, sir?
I thought it was probably one of the best, like satirical and satirical looks at like Marvel movies. Like this was an impactful movie because Marvel's kind of at like a really shitty spot right now for at least in terms of the MCU.
Yep.
So they're kind of like struggling a bit. And I love that this movie came out and essentially, like, I'm actually kind of shocked that Disney was just like, yeah, apparently you just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely what they said.
Yes.
Based on everything we saw in this movie. And essentially they came out and they essentially just roasted the fuck out of Marvel and Disney.
Right?
Just like,
they did not care. Like, the fact that Disney even allowed themselves to get roasted as bad as they just did in this movie is unprecedented. I could imagine, like, people like Kevin Feige and all the big heads who'd be like, yeah, he can't tell that joke. We can't, because again, these movie theaters, or not movie theaters, these movie execs can't admit that they're wrong, can't admit that they made mistakes. They cannot admit that things are going sour. They're not supposed to do that. This happens in gaming industry, this happens in music, this happens in movies. You can't admit that your product was bad. But this is a movie that is literally telling them, yeah, your product is bad and you know it. And they're actually addressing it. And I'm like, you allowed that? Sure, whatever, just do it. Have fun. And I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. So yeah, You're absolutely right in that, dude. Like 100%.
And I think that's partially what makes this sort of a special movie. And like the movie is kind of coming out at a bad time for them. So the fact that they were able to shine a light and were allowed to shine that light on so many of the problems that are happening, like characters literally turn to the camera, like just tell you like, yeah, we really got to stop doing this thing that we've been doing now for a while. We really got to fucking fix this shit. Because look how stupid this is.
Yeah.
But they managed to do it in a way that they're still able to tell their own story that does hold weight, that still is impactful, but also being really fucking funny. Like there were so many times that this movie made me laugh. Like,
yeah,
I think that the first Deadpool was really great. I don't know. The Deadpool 2 was okay, but it wasn't right. Like amazing.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. It was still good, but it wasn't terrible. You know.
I personally feel like this is the best Deadpool movie, and I found it super fucking funny. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Just the way that constantly they were just between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and just like the super meta commentary as well as the really nice character moments. And there were some really like the genuinely sweet like reverential moments, especially for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, that really kind of like was like,
Damn,
I'll
say this right now. I'll say this right now.
This guy.
I honestly believe that this was a Wolverine movie. I felt like this was a Wolverine movie more than it was a Deadpool movie, to be honest. So,
for sure.
Kenny, overall impressions. What do you think? What do you think of this movie, buddy? Bub.
Overall, like just a banger of a film. It was yeah, like I said, like the number one thing is just like it's shocked that Disney's like, you know what, go for it. I mean, because all this had to have been approved by Disney.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
It's like, and I think at the end of the day, they just like, you know what, we can hold the L because we know this is gonna make us money.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you know what, we'll be the butt of our own joke.
Why not?
Because like this is going to be like this is gonna make us a lot of money.
And
we just hope that they listen to the jokes that were made about this. But like,
oh, they're listening, all right. Oh yeah, they know. Oh, they're listening.
And what was cool was just like, like a lot of Marvel movies that try to make the jokes and you just don't hit. Like these jokes were just.
That's true. You remember Thor?
They were just hitting.
You remember Thor when they tried to force those jokes and it just wasn't.
It was just jokes and it was just not, and the jokes were going way over, and I'm like the goats and all this.
The goats, bro. Come on.
Like even if some of the jokes didn't hit, they still hit more than like 90% of like the latest Marvel movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's a rated R movie that feels it has the energy of like pre-phase Marvel. Like, pre whatever Endgame.
Yeah.
It's like this rated R movie, this Deadpool movie, but with the budget and the care of pre-Endgame, right? Before the phase.
Love's all. You found Love and Thunder funny? Oh man. I mean, I guess. I mean, they.
To each their own.
I don't know, but I mean, to each their own.
I was watching that just movie frustrated.
Like, yeah, right. Like I was like the majority of the time, I'm like, what is happening? Like the pacing was so off. It was like, oh my god. Again, to each their own. If you found it funny, you found it funny. It's all good. It's all good. I don't judge. I'm just gonna say you're wrong. SoulBruceLee. Overall impression. Let's go.
Well, I just want to say that this year, for being an X-Men fan, is fucking insane.
Right, bro. X-Men 97. This movie. What is
Marvel
going
collection.
on right now?
Yeah, for real, dude. I know.
Dude, it is getting
We're
crazy.
fucking eating.
Nah, this has been absolutely a great year for not just Marvel. Well, not just Marvel, but like X-Men fans. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But this movie is, I just gotta say, it's beautiful. Like the moral of just having like that sense of belonging and purpose like, that they express in like the story. I love that. The action, I have to point that out. Like the action in this movie is fucking creative.
Yeah, they really.
I think, like, okay.
I want to talk about those scenes, but we're not gonna get into those scenes.
I won't say anything.
Yeah.
The past decade of like Marvel movies and action scenes, this shit like has like probably like 3 of them that are in my top 10.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I totally get you. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Lots of really funny fights too.
Yeah.
They really play up the comedy of it as well. You know.
They had a lot of good times with those action scenes. I totally agree.
Yeah.
The visceral moments.
It's freaking amazing. Okay, Jawamo, overall thoughts?
I think it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that the fan service was what The Flash had hoped to be, except this was a good movie.
Yeah.
They achieved anything and everything.
Damn, Flash, get wrecked.
The Flash could have been amazing.
Right, it could have been. I had so much high. I tell you right now, yes.
The story was so bad. The
You're
first 10
absolutely
minutes
correct.
of that movie just took every fan out of it.
You're absolutely
correct. The CG
correct.
was so bad, the story was bad.
Yes.
This was the complete opposite. The first 10 minutes put you into the movie, made you want to watch the rest of the movie, and made you just your mouth just smile the entire time.
Yes.
Like, it didn't leave for 2 hours or however long it was.
Ear to ear, bro. Ear to
fantastic.
ear.
Yeah.
The whole movie. Freaking amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
Good boiler room reference.
Nice. NPC, what did you think?
I think like this is like one of the best movies I've ever watched in like a long time within like Marvel within the past few years. Because
Best movie of all time, or just best movie in the last couple of years?
Yeah, last couple of years.
Okay.
Like last year we had like the Marvels and Secret Invasion, and that didn't go well.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I agree with like Bruce and Nico being like, this is like a year of X-Men.
I will say that I honestly, and this is just my personal opinion, like, somebody in chat was talking about they liked Love and Thunder. I liked the Marvels. I thought the Marvels was actually a good movie. I didn't think it was terrible, and I didn't think it was the greatest thing in the world. I think the backlash of the Marvels was unwarranted, and the movie was great. It's just that the numbers didn't match how well that movie did. So
I didn't actually see the Marvels, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just want to say it's probably because a lot of people don't find those characters too interesting.
And that's totally fine.
Unfortunately.
And I think that's a very good call as well. The characters aren't that interesting, and but I was really hoping for Spectrum to really shine in that movie, because of what I've read in the comics about the character and how OP they are and what they could actually accomplish. So I think that was a real kicker there. GLwulfie, what'd you think?
Ton of fun, man. Ryan Reynolds I think he really, like he did for like the previous movies when he was even initially promoting it, just pushing the love, and like it shows in this movie.
It is a passion project for Ryan Reynolds, and you could see it from beginning to end. You know damn well he had his hands in literally everything in this movie. He put so much energy into that. And I was recently watching Hot Ones with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, and it's just him. Like, Deadpool is him. This is the reason why he loved the character so much, because it's just his personality, like 100%. And I've said this before. Let me rub my nipples. I got the shirt. I gotta rub the shirt. The freaking Deadpool is my type of comedy. I love lewd comedy. I love cringe comedy, and I love edgy comedy. That is literally Deadpool. All of that rolled in one is Deadpool. And so when the character is able to actually shine, as opposed to what they made him in the original Wolverine movie, which he makes fun of, it's awesome to see him actually let loose and not be held back. And it is shocking to me that Disney allowed him to make this movie and just let him go full on. Like, he didn't hold back. I really don't think there was a joke in that movie that he didn't pull punches on. He just went in, had fun, and it was pure comedy gold throughout the entire time. And Ryan Reynolds gets the hats off to him. Of course, it's not just him, obviously. Again, this felt like a Wolverine movie more than a Deadpool movie, but the way everything was set up worked so well. He put it in a kind of formation that worked with the pacing of how a movie's actually supposed to be done, as opposed to some of the previous Marvel movies, which we don't like to talk about. Because damn, I'm tired of shitting on Marvel. I'm tired of it. Let's actually have a good Marvel movie, and we got it, and we're happy, and that's what we're here to celebrate. Is a good Marvel movie finally back. Is Marvel back? I don't know, but Deadpool is a good start. It's a good start. So now I'm looking forward to some new stuff. So, you know, maybe the next Captain America might be good. Who knows? I'm very curious to see how that turns out. But in the meantime, are we going to go into spoilers?
Can I pose one question before we do that?
Oh, yeah, sure. What's up?
So, what did you guys think of the visuals? Since everybody was shitting on that on Twitter, like, constantly.
Really? People were shitting on the visuals? I thought it was fine.
Yes. I don't know why.
Yeah, people were talking about... apparently, it was like there was like a lot of green screen used, and it looked kind of rough. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I didn't really see that.
Yeah, I didn't notice
a lot of it was
I didn't see green screen. It just felt a lot more practical than CG, which has been like one of the biggest complaints for like the recent Marvel movies.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, I'm happy they went practical majority of the time.
Right.
Yeah, there were real sets.
Like CG.
The only person I know that would notice shit like that is Simmons. Like he always notices weird graphical fucking errors and stuff like that in the movie. I don't notice those things. And to be honest, the movie's pacing and the character progression was so good that you don't know. And that's the thing, is that when something is running so well that you don't notice like things like that, then that means the movie's good, right?
There was one thing I noticed. You're not gonna see it, but when Deadpool's throwing like a sword at Wolverine, it actually clips through his torso.
Oh no way!
It was yeah.
Oh wow!
I think it's in the trailer, but
it's in the trailer too. Wow, damn, yeah, no, that's crazy.
It's also a good comment on the Flash's CG.
Oh god,
it takes you out of the movie.
It takes me out. Absolutely.
CG in this keeps you in the movie.
Absolutely, 100%.
You know the bodies don't flip the way that they do just in that opening sequence, but like it worked.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
bodies don't do what they do in that opening sequence.
Yeah, that's great. It's crazy the internet. Worked. It's crazy the internet is saying stuff like that. I honestly haven't noticed anything. That's wild. Kenny, did you notice anything? Did you notice anything like weird?
There was a scene where, but like I didn't really care. Where a character kind of gets really messed up.
Oh really?
And yeah, like somebody messes up a character and like they're all like, and look like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
And I saw that, but I'm just like, whatever.
Right.
I just saw it. I'm like, hey, that looked kind of
funny.
Whatever. Yeah, funny, and that was it. But like, I didn't like.
It didn't like take you out or anything. Yeah.
No, it didn't take me out. It's like, hey, that looks kind of funny.
Fuck,
okay. And the movie keeps going.
Wow, I don't know what he's talking about, Chad. We'll get to that later. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I guess
that might have been difficult to do practical.
Yeah, it's weird to me.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I must have. I just probably didn't see it. That's crazy.
If when we talk about spoiler, I'll tell you.
Okay, for sure. Okay then. So yeah, some people said they saw it and they didn't care. So same like
number
that.
ratings.
Yeah. Damn, that's wild. Yeah, no. All right, so then, I guess it is time, chat. It is time. You can put up the warnings in the chat. We're going full spoiler. My God, the amount of madness that this movie had was fantastic. And again, I'll say this again: when you don't know what's ahead in a movie and they actually showcase it to you, you lose your mind. And there was one particular moment that I was happy, but I was sad at the same time. And you know why I was sad at the same time, Kenny? Because
you could do it.
Because
we could still do it.
We could still do it, but
he could do it.
But everybody else in the theater wasn't doing it, bro.
Oh well, yeah, not as like I think
we weren't at Universal Studios, the theater there. If we were there, people would have lost their minds along with us. But we were the only ones that really lost their minds when we fucking. Hold on, I'm gonna go back right now. I'm going to my locker. Go to my fucking locker, and I'm going to my character. I fucking lost my goddamn mind when we got to see Wesley Snipes fucking Blade in the building. Let's go. Yeah, Wesley Snipes.
Oh, yes.
Fucking destroyed, bro. Absolutely fucking fantastic.
There's
seeing
always
that
one
man
blade,
come in there
Steve.
with the awesome gray, bro. With the
That
awesome
line is
gray,
so
it was
good.
so sick, dude.
Are you
And
serious? No one popped off on your theater?
it was just
No,
me and
it's-
Kenny.
Are you fucking? Wow.
I couldn't
that's
fuck
Wow, my
it.
theater went
Excited
nuts.
too.
Dude.
Oh,
that
of
was the
course,
same
dude. We were
thing
in the
with
wrong
my
theater, bro.
Too.
That sucks,
My
man.
theater
Yeah.
The
popped
wrong
off. My
theater.
theater popped off surprisingly then.
Yeah, dude. No, we were in the wrong theater, bro. No, there's so the excitement for this character dates back to when we saw him in Blade 2, right? Remember, Kenny?
Mhm.
And we were
Oh, yeah.
over at Universal Studios, and it was a live ass fucking crowd. Everybody was rowdy as fuck. And when Blade picks up the dude, I don't remember, it was like a vampire, and he like fucking clotheslined him in a wrestling shit.
They give him a suplex.
It gave him a suplex, and it broke the glass all below him and shit like that. The fucking theater
No, Steve.
exploded, bro.
It's when he caught the glasses.
Oh, and he caught the glasses too.
And he
Yeah.
caught it behind the back. And
Yeah,
he caught
and
the
he
glasses
caught-
and
he
put them
got-
on, and everyone's like,
Ah!
he fucking went nuts.
It was the biggest pop off I've ever fucking experienced in a movie theater. It was so freaking sick. It's cheesy as hell when you go back and you look at it, but it was so epic, bro. Like those are moments that you can't get back, bro. Like shit like that is legendary, and it's not just the character; it's the way that Wesley Snipes portrayed the character, and he made the character come alive. And don't forget, chat, that the reason why Marvel is in the state it is now is because of Blade. Blade is the one that started this whole thing. So the fact that they just kind of ignored the character this whole entire time was kind of like, damn. It's kind of like, okay, well, you know, get wrecked, fuck you, right? But seeing Ryan Reynolds understand the significance of Blade and his position in the Marvel universe says a lot about Ryan Reynolds as a person, and the fact that Disney allowed it as well, because of all the controversies of Blade 3 and all that stuff like that. It's good to see that they pay homage to the guy that started it all, and I respect it. I absolutely fucking respect it. The fact that he says there's only one Blade and there's only gonna be one Blade is fucking monumental. I don't know if that's a shot at the new Blade movie or the new Blade actor.
1,000,000%.
Is a shot at that.
100%.
So here's
the moment he says that line, Deadpool turns to the camera and just looks at like he's like, "Yeah, we fucking said it."
Yeah, what the fuck? So I don't know if I agree with that, because on Twitter, Wesley Snipes praises the guy. What's the guy's name?
Mahershala Ali.
It's not
Mahershala Ali. Yeah.
This isn't meant to be. Don't misunderstand. This isn't meant to be like a jab, like, oh, the guy that was gonna play it is was bad or something or anything.
Right,
like that.
right.
No, it's because the movie has been stuck in development hell.
Right, and
it's cycled through all these directors. It is not meant to be like, oh, there can't be anyone else. No, it's just like, no, they're like, it's clearly Hollywood is having a hard time making that fucking movie.
Right. Yeah, 100%. It's like something is wrong in production.
How hard is it to make a fucking
Ryan
Reynolds,
right?
Yeah.
Like you need, again, it's probably because you have people outside of the spectrum that are looking at this particular IP and they don't know what to do with it because they're not fans. They don't know the source material. They don't know the characters. They are literally just like, oh, well, we're writers from this, and this. Here are our credentials. So now we're getting hired to do this thing. We haven't done our due diligence. We haven't done the research on it. We're just going to make up whatever the fuck we want. And we're going to put the title of Blade on it. And that's going to be the movie. And then the people who actually want the source material, like the Superman guy, I forget his freaking name.
Henry Cavill.
Cavill. They're the guys who are the stars of the show, and they're saying like, no, I'm a fan of this. I want this to be done right. Whatever the fuck you just wrote is trash. Let's do some rewrites and make sure that it's a part of the source material. And then you have this back and forth between directors, writers, actors, and everything just goes topsy-turvy. From what I read on all of the sources that are talking about the Blade being made, that is exactly what's happening. Mahershala Ali is having the same situation. He wants it to be towards the source material, and they're just fucking it up. They're just throwing it. Oh, well, now it's gonna be about his daughter, and you know he's gonna be in the back burner, and now certain characters are gonna be the main part of it, and it's not really even about Blade. And it's like, no, that's not it. Let's do a rewrite. Let's do a new director. Let's change the director because he doesn't like what's going on. Everything's just getting thrown out the window. You have to understand, this is exactly what happened with Blade 3. When you look at the conversations of everybody that was shitting on Wesley Snipes during Blade 3 and what Wesley Snipes was saying are two complete night and day stories. And you gotta do a he said she said type of bullshit, because nobody really knows what went down except for the people that were there. And when you have these different versions of what the fuck happened with Blade 3, all you know is that it was a total shit show, and that nobody was being listened to. And at the end of the day, that's the reason why the movie was so bad in the first place. Now, all of a sudden, he's blacklisted. Everybody hates him. He's terrible to work with, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes down to the people that actually know him, like Ryan Reynolds, they pay him his dues because he earned it.
They didn't really like each other.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Right. And that is because, and he said that himself. He tried to push him out of his own movie. Why do you think Ryan Reynolds was the big major star of fucking Blade 3? It's because he was okay with pushing him out. And of course, if you're in that position and the studio says, yeah, you're going to be in Blade 3, but you're going to be main character, are you going to say no? Of course not. Of course, you're going to be like, hell yeah, sure, whatever. I'll be the main character. Fuck it. It was him and the other chick that were pretty much like the main focus of the entire movie. And Blade literally just got pushed out. It was by design. They did not want him to be a part of that, a major part of the fucking movie. And so he became difficult. There was this back and forth. Tempers were flaring. All this stuff happened. And if you look at the stories between him and the director and the writers and everything like that, it was on purpose. So this whole backlash of how they pretty much blacklisted him in the movie theaters or in the movie industry started with that. So the fact that he gets his dues, obviously they hashed it out later on. Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds hashed it out. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened. So, but it's good to see that Ryan Reynolds recognized the impact that he had in the MCU and gave him his dues, regardless if they didn't like each other. And that, I think, is commendable. Squash the beef, understand what you guys created, and make something special out of it. Absolutely fantastic.
They hugged each other at Comic-Con.
No shit, they did?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. Yeah, dude, you love to see it. You love to see it come full circle, you know? And I think that's great. I think that's great. Another spoiler we got to throw out there is fucking Gambit. What do we think?
Amazing.
What do we think of Gambit here, guys? What do we think here?
Everyone I heard before, like back in the day when it was announced that Channing Tatum was gonna play Gambit, everybody was hating like crazy. And I'm like, no way, bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
I thought he could do it.
Yeah, Channing Tatum. I think his not his voice, but his language. I forget the accent. His accent. I thought his accent was great. I think he did a great job.
Oh, so good.
But his size. I think it doesn't really. The actor who played Gambit in the Wolverine movie fit Gambit a little bit more, as far as the
Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Channing Tatum is kind of a bulky.
He's a bulky guy. He obviously
and generally Gambit is kind of more of a
skinny.
Like a slender, wiry kind of guy.
He is muscular. So. Gambit is muscular, but he's a lot more slender.
Yeah, but
you know
not
who would
like,
have been good?
Not like
a good Gambit would have been Sawyer from Lost.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Lucas, I think.
That is a very good call.
I believe
that but guy isn't he kind of old now though? Isn't he kind of old?
Probably a little older, but like
but
the thing is, I mean, like once you're 30, once you get to 30 to about 47 to 50, you can
then things get kind of we know.
Like but the thing is, you can still once you're 30 to like almost 50, depending on how you age, you can.
Hey man, you know what? Hugh Jackman is huge, man, and he's huge and he's jacked, man, and he's up there. So he did a damn good job, and even Wesley Snipes is even way up there, and he still looks good. So it can be done. It just takes a certain kind of actor. You know what I mean? And speaking of actors, Cavill, Cavill being fucking Wolverine was glorious. Was absolutely fucking glorious.
Yeah, he was huge.
He was fucking jacked. When I saw the back of him, I was like, wait, that's not Hugh Jackman. What's going on here? And then they panned out and they showed his face. I was like, holy crap. And I was like, this dude is fucking roided out or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on. He is gigantic. That motherfucker is gigantic. And man, does he look good as Wolverine. If there was a movie with, it's Henry Cavill, right? Henry? Yeah. If Henry Cavill does a side movie of him playing Wolverine, I'm all over it. I'm all fucking over it. Bro, he looks so good as Wolverine. I need that. I need that. I want to go over all the iterations of Wolverines that he met. He saw Days of Future Past Wolverine. He saw the
Apocalypse.
Days of Future Past. The Apocalypse. Sorry, the Apocalypse one, right? Then there was the eye patch.
Comic book accurate Wolverine.
Right. Yeah, yes. Comic book accurate.
Like a tiny dude.
The short Wolverine. that was cute. That was cute.
That was a great gag.
That was cute. They also did the what's the eye patch one? What's that one called?
Patch.
Oh, just Patch. Okay, yeah, just Patch. There's a whole storyline with that. I was like, what the fuck? There's
Logan.
Also, I didn't understand.
Old man Logan, yeah, with the shotgun.
Oh, that's right, Old Man Logan. I didn't know what that one's about. I don't think I read that comic. I have no idea what that was.
You did. You borrowed it from Peter. That's the one.
Right, but him with the shotgun? Yeah, I don't remember that.
I mean, they just put it in the thing, but yeah, that's where he lives in the.
Also, that's where that one's from. Oh, okay.
Xavier's consciousness is
in him. Head. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Hulk is evil in that one.
All right. So, the one who there was supposed to be a Wolverine that had a missing arm, but that wasn't there. Yeah. I thought that was supposed to be.
It was Age of Apocalypse.
That was there. I guess I didn't notice it.
Yeah, the black suit.
The black suit.
Yeah,
okay, so then
he looked like 1990s Wolverine. With
okay, so that's perfect then, because then I thought that was the one where Wolverine was on the cross with all the red skulls on the floor. I thought that was future one.
Uncanny 80s.
So then what the fuck was that?
88, 89.
A canon 88, 89. So what was that about? So Wolverine was on a cross, like in an old comic book.
That was the cover of the comic book, I think. Somewhere in the Uncanny X-Men run.
Oh, okay.
Like 260s, 270s, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Oh, might have even been before that, I think.
Oh wow! So I never read the comic book. I don't even know what that one was about, but it seemed interesting that he was getting like literally crucified, and
I like
the picture.
Looks at him and goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, that's so awesome. No, I like the cute little jab at little Wolverine, comic book accurate. But again, a short Wolverine was already done in X-Men 97, and it was done right. You don't have to shit on little Wolverine in order for it to be like, oh well, this Wolverine doesn't make sense. It does make sense. You just have to do it right, son of a bitch. And speaking about doing it right, they gave him his comic book accurate costume, and they made fun of it. They made fun of it. They threw shots. They threw shots at the fact that it looks fucking comically, it looks comically dumb, but it still looks good for the character, but it still looks stupid. So it looks good, but looks stupid. It's stupid, but it looks good.
Oh, I thought you were mentioning the brown one when he fought the Hulk.
No, well that one, that one looked great. That one looked great, but we're talking about the yellow and blue one. The yellow and blue one, which is the one that Deadpool was making fun of. But it was good that they brought it out, and it was like, oh, it's about fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, he saw it and it was like, oh, it's about time. It only took 20 years, you know? So they were praising it, but it still looked like, but he was still shitting on it. He was still making fun of it throughout the entire movie, too. So I thought that was really cool.
Really make fun of it. It was only said that Scott begged him to wear it.
No. There's two iterations where he was actually making fun of it. It was in the car. He was shitting on him for wearing it in the car. And then when he was about to fight all the other Deadpools, he made fun of him as well after that as well. There are two iterations where he actually made fun of it. Yeah. So you'd have to go back and look at that. Speaking about, what did we think of the other Deadpools? They were fine? They're okay? They were meh? I didn't understand, and I think Matt McMuscles brought this up on Twitter as well. What was the point of the other Deadpools and the dog? Like, it just seemed like comic relief.
But I actually don't know. No.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was going anywhere. It was just the fact that you had a random Deadpool that was like basically Ryan Reynolds.
I think the whole point of that literally was to be the butt of the joke of why the multiverse is stupid.
Exactly. I think that was the only reason for
they all
all
came
that.
in there, and the moment they're all literally standing there looking at him, and then he literally stops. He goes, "Okay, guys, we need to stop. All right."
Yeah, that was
stop.
fucking.
This shit's so fucking stupid.
Oh my god, bro! You gotta understand the significance of this. You gotta understand. We've been saying this for years. The internet, the actual fans of Marvel Comics, Marvel movie studios, all this stuff. We've been saying this for years. It is difficult for us to express ourselves on our disappointment on where the franchise is going. Whenever we speak up about it, we get called incels and assholes and blah, 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 and then it becomes this whole culture war bullshit. I'm fucking over it. What I want to focus on is the idea of what we know from the comics and what we would like to see in the theaters. Simmons made this point a while ago where people don't know what they want. And I thought about it, and I have to disagree now. I do agree to a certain degree. Yes, it is true. People don't know what they want. But people know what they want when they see it. If you give us what we've asked for, then we will recognize what it is that we want. It is terrible to shit on the actors. I totally agree on that. When you attack the actors, then you become an incel. When you express your dislike for what they're writing and for what they're directing, you should speak up. The idea that if somebody makes a bad fucking product and you should be quiet about it and say, oh, well, I just won't talk about it. I just won't talk about it. That does a disservice to the fucking product. Because they'll continue to make shitty fucking products. Mm-hmm. If you make a good product, the people will come. That's been a staple of how to make fucking business one-on-one for years. It has nothing to do with the woke mob and, all of this politics and bullshit. No, it is about making good content and people recognizing that it's good content. You should be able to speak up and tell people that you don't like this thing. This thing is bad. We don't like it. We don't like what you're doing. We see what you're doing, and it's not what we like. It's not that hard. The problem is that a lot of things are in the background. A lot of stuff gets in the way of that, and so you feel bad for trying to express your dislike for something. Because of this, Hollywood has done a full pushback and said, well, you're not allowed to not like this. But then it gets so loud that people like Ryan Reynolds and all the other crew recognize this. The first iteration of it actually getting to mainstream Hollywood was South Park. They touched on this. They hit the nail on the head. And now you have Deadpool coming out and saying the same shit. This isn't some sort of incel backlash bullshit about, oh, we don't like your politics, all this bullshit. No, we just don't like your fucking movies. They're terrible. We have a moment in time where you have the characters that are telling the actual fucking executives, the directors, the producers, the writers, in their own product, that your products have been bad. Do better. That is unprecedented. I cannot believe that they are recognizing that something is wrong. That is amazing, because if you go back and you look at Indiana Jones and Shia LaBeouf was shitting on the movie and was like, yeah, the fucking thing was bad. What happened? He got blacklisted. Why? Because you're not supposed to shit on the product you're working on. But in this iteration, they actually allowed it and they embraced it. So you know what this means to me? And this is why I'm so excited, is because they realize that something is off, and that means that they're going to do better going down the line. At least I hope. At least that's my hope.
That's definitely some hopium. I mean,
it might be some copium.
I would love to think that too. Like the fact that someone literally took a spotlight and shined it on all the imperfections of what is kind of MCU's become, and like, hey, look, and like it's people are loving this movie about that is literally bashing our brand,
and all of our products and stuff.
But the reason why people like it is because a lot of what is being said is true.
It's
and that's
absolutely true.
Hope that they're self-aware enough to realize that. But only time will tell.
Yeah, and I do hope that they realize that, you know, and somebody in the chat said it shows that they can take a joke. So they realize that, you know, hey, sure. Maybe things are going downhill. What can we do to make things better? And I saw a YouTube video of a guy actually explaining what the hell happened, and he actually goes through the timeline. When it comes to the original God, what's it called? Civil War, the original Infinity War. It took years in between each product to be made before they made the next product. So they had time to flesh out a full storyline that equated to Endgame. When it comes to what's happening now after Endgame, they're just throwing shit out. They're boom, 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 like you're getting the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And every iteration of the stuff that's making it onto, you know, Disney Plus and all the stuff that's making it into the movies are so consistent that they don't have time to really flesh out the stories that they need to in order to make a another variation of Endgame. So they're just forcing stuff out, and they're losing quality on the work that is the story, as opposed to just making content. Boom, boom, boom. We gotta do it. Next thing. So I think that maybe they should slow down, take time to actually really flesh out the stories of what they're making, and then make some new products when it comes to movies, and people will start to love the things that they're making. Like, does anybody give a shit about oh god, what's her name? The girl on the Scarlet Witch, the Scarlet. There's the new movie with Agatha. Yeah, like why? That's one question. Why? There's no reason. Nobody gives a fuck about that character. So why are we doing that? Again, well, here's the thing. They're just shoving stuff out, and it's like they're not really making a feasible decisions on why these things are being made. They're just, we need product. Go. Well, you were saying
nobody gave a fuck about the Guardians of the Galaxy before.
That's true. That's true. You are correct. You are correct.
He turned the Guardians of the Galaxy to arguably one of the biggest you know, icons in the MCU.
Absolutely.
Now, like, they're a household name. But before,
and I
think the only people that read that it worked in a comic book store or owned it.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the reason why that worked so well is because they had time to flesh it out.
Oh no, because it was James Gunn.
Oh, and it's Jim. Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Let's keep it real. Yeah, let's just keep it real too. I hate
hiring directors.
Yeah.
They're hiring directors and just telling them, here's your movie. It's already pre-vised. You don't have any say in this. You just make what we tell you.
Exactly.
And you're taking all the creativity out of it. So you don't get those extra opinions. Whereas with James Gunn, they said, here's a property we don't care about. See what you can do with it. Right. And then he did something with it. Yeah. Taika Waititi, same thing. The first two Thor movies were trash.
Right.
And then the third one was amazing.
Yeah.
And then he got a little too full of himself. But
the
third one was amazing.
Yeah, because I think it's just because they like
it. Right, it was the same director, right?
Good. So just go crazy. Yeah, it was the same director. Yeah. So, you know what? Just go nuts. And it was too much.
Isn't it crazy how it didn't feel like it was the same director in that movie? It felt like it was a completely different person making that third movie, and that's why it kind of felt like, wait, what is happening? Like, we were excited because, oh, it's the same guy. He's going to make a masterpiece. And then we get, what we got. So,
Christian Bale's character was too dark for a movie like that.
The tone was off,
yeah. I'm wondering, did Agatha even have a comic book before this was even, like, I don't think Agatha was even a comic book. Like,
she was a side character in, like,
she was a side character, right? She never had her own
Scarlet Witch stuff.
Yeah, she was a side character in Scarlet Witch stuff, but she was never her own character. So the fact that actually doing that is really weird.
It's a show, so like the shows are kind of like the one-off comics, to be honest. That's why it's cool for the shows. It's just basically, your one-offs, and your main movies are,
Yeah, and we'll hope that it works out.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because James Gunn redefined the Guardians. Like, a lot of the traits that are in the movies is what they use in the comics now.
Right.
So they could do like this with any character, really.
And I hope so. Hey, the same thing with Batman. Well, when you had the original Batman movie coming out, it redefined how we saw Batman as a character and as an environment too. So it's crazy. So it's one of those things that I'm really excited to see. What about Captain America, aka Mr. Fantastic. Oh no, it's
that
not.
Shit was fucking
Johnny
hilarious.
Johnny Storm.
Oh
there you go.
my
Yeah.
God.
Captain America,
so
aka
fucking
Johnny
funny,
Storm.
dude.
That was
Probably,
hilarious.
probably one of the
That
best
was a nice
cameos.
curveball.
Who actually thought it was Cap?
I thought it was Cap.
Oh,
Y'all
for a
did?
second.
Really?
I thought it Cap. I thought it was
I
Cap.
mean,
Instead
I
of
did.
Human.
I
thought it was
His
Cap.
arm.
Flame
No,
on.
I thought it was Human.
I thought it was Cap
You could
until
see
he
his
until he went
shirt-
flame
you
on.
could see his uniform.
Right,
Yeah,
you didn't see
his
the you didn't see the uniform.
when
He came in. Yeah,
held
he
his arm up.
It's also
came.
'cause
He
he
literally
was
came in
blonde.
looking like Bison does in Street Fighter 6. Like
Oh,
yes.
that's all I
Yeah.
noticed that he looked like. So I was like, oh okay.
Well, I almost thought it could have been him because, like, when he was going back in time and putting all the stones back, like, you know, like they probably could have created a variant. So, like, oh yeah,
Right, exactly.
That's why he's here, because he was already fucking up with the timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, time traveling and shit. So
Right.
I'm like, okay,
Oh, that
it could have
make
been him.
sense.
Yeah. So that's
The
why I
hair
thought.
color. The hair color threw me off.
Ah, the haircut.
I,
Yeah,
I just
right.
love.
And
I
I think
appreciate
that-
like we have now reached a new level of meta where we're like, all right, yeah, we're all thinking the same thing. He's gonna say the thing. Here
Yeah.
we go. Then there's this flame off,
Flame off, and he
It's like-
takes off. It's so great.
Fucking
It's so
taking
awesome.
the same actor who played a different character in a previous version of the Marvel stuff and bringing him back, and it's part of what like makes this movie so kind of wonderful is shit like that.
Yeah,
It's
is that
like,
they're just
fuck,
they're
it's
just
so funny.
they are going through all of the original Marvel movies that were out there, and they're just having fun with it. They're
I mean,
acknowledging the
fucking
stuff that exists.
Elektra was in there with Jennifer Garner. It's like, what the
Elektra
fuck?
was so badass.
Oh, the line they had about Daredevil dying and him saying, "Oh, that's terrible," and her saying,
Terrible.
"Oh, not so much."
It's fine.
That's all right. Yeah,
Literally
it's
Ben
okay.
Affleck, man.
It's like, damn.
They're
wow.
having so much fucking fun, and I love to fucking see it. I love to see it. What do you guys think of Xavier's sister? I forgot her freaking name.
Cassandra
Sandra
Nova.
Nova.
Nova. My God, I thought she did a fantastic job. I really liked her as a character.
Yes.
I thought she did a fucking fantastic job.
The effect with the fingers was amazing.
It was creeping me out, bro. That
So
shit was
creepy.
fucking with me. That shit was actually fucking
It's
with
like
me, man.
grabbing a dude's like
Eyes
like,
and going through
eyelid
it.
from
And you know what? They
inside
kept
his
focusing
brain.
on it. I was like, dude, we get what she's doing. I don't need to see it consistently. What the fuck, man?
Like,
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. But her as a character, her motivation and her drive made so much fucking sense, dude. She's overpowered. She's in a space where she's like literally a god. She's perfectly happy. And then somebody comes in and tries to fuck it up. And now she's pissed. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to ruin everything and make sure that I'm the only universe that's left.
can I give one little critique?
Sure.
That I had, and this is just like the one thing that I know that did notice.
Yeah.
I do like her character, and I think she is well done here. And I appreciate I liked the moment where Deadpool and Wolverine like sort of appeal to her human side and talk about her brother and like sort of like, and then she essentially then lets them leave, like, you know, helps them to leave the prison that they're in, right? The void or whatever the hell it's called, the wasteland. I was like, okay, well that's cool. Okay, so now we're moving on to the final act where we're going up against Paradox, right? But then the movie kind of did this weird thing where like, so she lets them out, they get out, and then like literally 2 minutes later, she comes back, she comes out as well, and then it's like, well, wait, no, Paradox actually isn't going to be the final bad guy. It's her now?
Yeah. So I get what you're saying. The fact that she let them go out of empathy for, you know, them showing love, and then her doing a full 360. I think it was the fact, and I'm just going off of what I've noticed. I think it was the fact that she found out that the guy from the TVA, Paradox, right? That's the name, or Paradigm or whatever. I think she realized that once she understood that the TVA was betraying her, that she said, oh, okay, well, all bets are off. Fuck it.
Yeah, I get it, and like that, she says that in that, like, yeah, I guess that does make some sense. Like,
right?
okay,
Yeah,
because
she probably would have been perfectly fine with just letting them go, and that would have been the end of it, until she found out why the dude shot her, and then she's like, oh,
just a thematic thing, because like that, like when you get to a moment where you've appealed to someone's humanity and you make them like, all right, you're not as like crazy and psycho,
as you were,
and it was like, like, I don't know, like I could see her. Let's say here's something like on the other foot of that, right? I could easily have seen after that interaction her coming back and helping them in some way,
right?
So like, because like, oh, now they have sort of like formed this connection in that way to help against Paradox, but then no, she just kind of came back and then still ended up being the main bad guy here in this final scene.
Yeah.
I think, I almost would have preferred that scene, maybe that could have been saved for the end of the movie or something.
Right.
Some way, and then like maybe Deadpool and Wolverine got out on their own, found that little thing that the ring,
they found the ring and got out on their own. Yeah,
and got out on their own or something.
Yeah. I totally get you. I think the point of that was the fact that she was the main bad guy, which I thought was going to be, throughout the movie, and then it turned out to be after they did that. I think the point of that was show that the character literally is still evil in a sense, because we get where the motivation is after she understands that they're trying to move in on her territory. So now she just wants her territory. It's a self-preservation type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, if they can fuck with me.
She wants the one world line that she is in control of.
Right, exactly. I think
she had this place that was hers essentially to control.
And if they can infiltrate her space at any point in time, let's just eliminate them from being able to do it again. And I think that's what she was trying to do, is just stop them from even fucking with my space again. Because all she wanted to do was just go back to her world and be the boss of where she was again. That's it. She just wanted to be. Yeah. She just wanted to keep doing her thing. So, in order to keep that reality and prevent the TVA from coming back and fucking with her, wipe out everything.
And like, it all makes sense. It's very nitpicky kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was just
here's
a slight like narrative
here's a
hiccup, but.
Here's a nitpicky thing that I have. When she went into Wolverine's head, right? She goes into Wolverine's hand. She takes his claws, throws it onto the floor, goes into his head, and then she does like this whole monologue of trying to find out Wolverine and why he's sad and all that shit like that. I was like, you went in the head to find out why the fuck they came back. You didn't realize, like, why the fuck did you come back to fight me? Like, that was the point of you going in his head, to figure out why he came back. You didn't realize that the whole plan was to put Juggernaut's helmet on your head. You didn't realize that. No, you went in his head to like find out his lore. Like, no, that's not the reason why you poked your hand in his head. So that I thought was kind of like strange. But again,
did he know that though? Because he
just
came in at the last
her with
minute.
his trauma.
Yeah, he
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
He distracted her with his trauma.
He means it's like, well, why didn't she meet because she was confused as to why they even would have come back.
Exactly.
What she probably should have maybe done was, instead of going for his trauma, looked into his head and been like, all right, what are you fucking doing here?
Yeah, what are you fucking doing here? What is the point of this? Like, you guys have to have something up your sleeve to jump over here and try to fuck with me. And then she goes, no, let me look at your trauma. Let me see what's going on in there. I was like, okay.
She can bend him to his
But again, like you said, it's nitpicky, so we're over.
It's
nitpicky stuff. So
I
love the fact that Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool took a shot at the fact that Flame-On guy, I keep forgetting his fucking name.
Human Torch.
Human Torch. That Human Torch was taking up the budget. So he was like, let me kill him really fast. He was like, bro, did you see what he's doing to the fucking budget, bro? Like, this is the reason we gotta get rid of him. This is crazy. Like, no, this is too much. I also want to, I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but the ending part, I really was hoping that, because everything that has to do with this movie revolves around the timeline and the TVA, you should have, in some way, shape, or form, involved Loki. Because the reason why this whole thing is set up, the reason why all of this is happening is why? Because something is wrong with the timeline. The timeline is falling apart. Well, who's in charge of that? It's fucking Loki. So you should be able to go above everybody's heads, get to Loki, and find out why the timeline is falling apart in the first place. Now, understand, the timeline will take thousands of years. That's what he said. It's like, oh yeah, your timeline will actually die in thousands of years or whatever like that. I just want to speed it up. Sure, no, whatever. But why is it falling apart? Because Wolverine died in your particular timeline and it caused a eruption or whatever the fucking reason was. Fuck you, writing. The bottom line is that I would have loved to see a cameo with Loki show up and just sit there in his chamber and see where that had gone, because apparently Loki, the show is done, right? Like it was the series finale, and I don't know if that actor even has a contract to come back to do anything. So it would have been kind of interesting to see that. Another nitpicky thing I want to point out is the fact that the TVA guy explained his whole evil bad guy plan to Deadpool so that Deadpool would go fucking ballistic and go up against him. Why not just tell him that your world is going to die in 72 hours anyway? Why tell him that your world is going to die in 1,000 years, but I'm going to destroy it in 72 hours to speed things up? Why would you tell the guy that lives in the timeline that? Obviously, you just tell him.
Deadpool even said it.
Huh?
He said it was a MacGuffin.
He said,
what in the MacGuffin is that?
Yeah, what in the MacGuffin
is that? Yeah, exactly. I didn't get that phrase. So what is the MacGuffin? What is that?
The plot.
It's a plot point.
Device.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay, I gotcha. So so they actually addressed it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's just like it's the thing that makes the plot move.
I get you. All right. You know what? Then that's a round of applause. Then that was a round of applause. I didn't get the MacGuffin part. I didn't actually see that. You know what I noticed in this movie that I thought was really ingenious? Product placement the right way. Ryan Reynolds shits on the fucking Honda. He shits on the Honda at the beginning of the fucking thing. And I'm like, oh, wait, so are they going to like show a Toyota that's going to be better later on down the line? Like, why is he shitting on the fucking Honda? I don't get it. Are they promoting the Honda or are they not? Because if you're promoting the Honda, you're not supposed to shit on it. It doesn't make any sense. And then later he goes, "Oh, never mind. This thing fucks, you know." And the damn car survives everything.
Completely destroyed the shit
out of the car, and it still runs, showcasing that the car is durable as fuck. Great way to do product
I loved
placement.
at the end of that fight when you see Deadpool just completely wrapped in seatbelt.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, dude. That is fucking hilarious. Absolutely great, great way to do product placement, as opposed to oh god, the Spider Woman movie. I forget that fucking name.
Madam
Web, yeah. Where the product placement is a literal like what is that, Coke sign or something, and it falls on you or something.
The P or whatever.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's not how to do it.
The P was for Peter.
Yeah, the P was for Peter. Sure, fuck you. I don't care.
Madam Weeb.
Yeah, that is how not to do it. Deadpool is how to do it. All right, so let's get to favorite part. Kenny, favorite part of the movie, go.
Just all the people from the previous Marvel getting their.
Oh, so when everybody showed up, when he finally showed up and he sees everybody from the.
No, it's just like almost everybody, like right, Toad's getting his one, like.
Oh, that's
like
right. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, everybody from their old.
Holy
like,
crap!
From the 20th Century Fox and the old Marvel before the MCU, kind of getting their time to shine. And
yeah,
like
that was so sick.
We're talking about Blade.
Yeah, what was her name? What was the girl with the finger claws? What was her freaking name?
X-23.
Deathstrike. No, Deathstrike.
Lady Deathstrike.
Lady Deathstrike. Oh man, I would have loved to see more of her. Just because I love the original actress.
They actually got Kelly Hu.
Wait, hold up. They actually got the. Wait, so that was her from the original X-Men 2 movie?
It was.
I checked the.
Oh, was it not the same?
It looked the same.
It was a different Juggernaut. I know that. And
yeah, it was a different Juggernaut. Yeah, it was.
Olivia Munn from like the Psylocke was a different Psylocke. It wasn't.
Oh, Psylocke, the one with the whistle.
I think the one with the.
Okay, so let's try to name all the characters that they had. They had Toad, they had Juggernaut, they had Lady Deathstrike, they had
Azazel.
They had the
Azazel, right?
They had Pyro.
What'd you say, Kenny?
Pyro. They had the Russians.
Yeah,
from the Punisher movie.
Oh, wait, from where?
The Punisher movie. There was the Russian. He was supposed to be Kevin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the big dude. I was like, who is that guy? I kept looking at him like, is he supposed to be somebody?
Sabretooth from the first movie.
Yeah, that's right. Holy shit. Yeah, I kept looking at him. I was like, I know this character.
That's the same guy or no?
Toad was the same guy.
Yeah, that was Tyler Mane.
Did anybody notice Bullseye?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a different Bullseye.
Yeah, it wasn't Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah, Colin Farrell Bullseye.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Psylocke with the booty. I didn't know. Pyro was there. Pyro was there.
Way too fucking expensive.
Oh my god. What did you guys?
Matthew McConaughey.
What did you guys think? What did you guys think of the fight scene between Wolverine and Sabretooth?
Was it be longer?
I wish it was a little longer.
Perfect for time.
I wish it was a little longer too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sort of played as a joke, but I think the dorky, like, nerdy side of me was like, motherfucker, I kind of want this shit to go on for like
yeah. Let's face it, the fight scenes were fucking awesome. And you guys were telling me that there was a spoiler you guys can talk about now, but I forgot what the hell you guys were talking about before.
It's when they killed Human Torch. It looked very CG-ish.
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Skin off, and you see the thing. It looked like a video game.
Oh, okay, I get you saying. Maybe they did that on purpose.
That would have been hard to do practical.
Yeah, maybe they did that on purpose. Maybe they were going for comedic effects. In that, what do you guys think? Was the Blob in there? Oh wait, he was the gatekeeper, wasn't he?
Gatekeeper.
Yeah, he was the gatekeeper. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say on the visual part. Remember when I commented about Sabretooth's teeth?
Yeah.
So the fangs actually came out after he roared.
Oh no, are you serious?
You didn't notice?
I didn't see it. No, I didn't notice.
They actually came out.
Oh,
everyone was like, why does his teeth look normal? But then they actually come out.
Wow,
I did not notice that.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah. See, you guys notice weird shit like that. That's wild, man. I know. I see. Now I want to go back and look at that. That's funny, dude. Yeah. What did you guys think of X-23? I thought she was fucking awesome. But what did you guys think?
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
It's so great to see Daphne.
It was great writing.
Back.
It was great writing. Yeah, the fact that she came back to reprise her role to interact with Wolverine again made so much. It put me in the feels, right? Because it kind of justified what Wolverine did in the Logan movie, right? Like he said, like, you know, oh, you didn't just save me, you saved all the kids in that in the camp as well and stuff like that. So it really made a difference towards the Logan movie. It doesn't seem so sad. It made it something amazing. Don't forget the beginning scene.
Said, like,
oh yeah, go ahead.
She's like, you were never the right guy.
Yeah, you were the right guy. Like, you got the wrong guys. Like, you were always the wrong guy. You know.
Yeah.
Never the right guy.
She's a great actress. And yeah, I've never really seen her in any other movies though. I've never really seen her in any other movies. Like, it was her only role I've ever seen her in.
She actually played a character in The Acolyte.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If it's hard to tell, it's her. I saw her in that show, and I was like, she looks familiar.
Yeah, it looks familiar, right? Like, I hate that. I hate when I look at a show and I was like, damn, that character's familiar. I can't.
Whoa, that
tell
was her.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, that was her.
That's awesome.
I make and stuff.
Yeah, she was the one that got stabbed by Chimera multiple times.
Is Dark Materials? What is it? Dark Materials? That's freaking crazy.
Bro, you know what hit me with Whiplash? She's fucking 19 now.
Yep.
It's been that long since Logan came out.
Yikes, man. Yeah, that's something.
When she was like 12 or 11.
Yeah, she was like 12 or 11 when that movie came out. Holy fuck, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend that
my bad.
Yeah, she's still 12, and I'm still that age too. Because
Logan was 2017 retro.
Crazy, man. It would have been sick. It would have been sick to see Wolverine, Lady Deathstrike, and X-23 just start fighting it out. Just because. I just would have loved to see all three of them just start going at it.
It's why I'm actually not sure if Lady Deathstrike was really her or not, just because they didn't really put much focus on her. I only barely noticed that she was there, and in the fight scenes I was like, oh, wait, that's her, I think. Wait, it flashed by so fast. I was like,
every time they showed her, I was focused dead on her. I was like, holy shit, that's Lady Deathstrike. Let's see if they actually do some crazy shit. But
that fight scene's fun to go rewatch now, because just to see all the different fights going on.
Oh yeah, dude. Out of all the fight scenes, I still think my favorite.
Looking at Blade.
Yeah, out of all the fight scenes, I think my favorite one was the car. I don't know why. The car was just so idiotic and funny. But the Deadpool one was really fun too. And as they were killing the Deadpools, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Of course, all of them have healing power. So why are they dying automatically? Like, this is dumb. Well, and then they all just start resurrecting. I'm like, yes, this is awesome.
A curveball with the first Deadpool, the one with the long hair, that he didn't have the regeneration. So.
Oh yeah, that's the only one. That's the only one. That makes sense.
is the guy that was his little buddy that came in and was dressed up like Deadpool and he was all fat? Like, was that like
Peter.
something that was in the comics originally?
I have no idea.
Peter was made for the movies.
He's in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that.
Was he in the comics originally? Because like everyone just gets super enamored with him, and like, and the fight ends, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Deadpool
whatever.
2 was his first appearance.
It was a great way.
okay.
It was a great way to explain the characters not murdering the fuck out of Wolverine and Deadpool, because
Right, 'cause it was
there's
like, yeah,
no
now
way
we
they were
go.
going to survive that without some sort of Deus
Peter.
Ex Machina coming in and stopping that. You know.
It's just a running joke.
It's a running
enjoy,
gag.
Enjoy my Peter. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a running gag. It's a running gag, and I'm all for it because there is no way you're going to explain how they survive that. Those motherfuckers are done. And I would have liked to have known the actress that played the female Deadpool, just, because reasons. but-
Someone in
I
chat said it was
just-
actually Ryan Reynolds' real wife.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
shit.
It was Blake Lively's voice, but she wasn't the actress.
Oh,
Just like
really?
the cowboy was Matthew McConaughey's voice, but it wasn't the actor.
No
And then
shit.
the-
That's Ryan's wife.
The
That's
baby
awesome.
pool or the kid pool
Yeah.
was Ryan Reynolds' kid.
Get the fuck out of
daughter-
here.
His daughter was the voice. Yeah,
That's
No
funny.
way. No fucking way
Yeah.
he did that.
that was his daughter talking mad shit.
Oh my
That's-
god, dude.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
That is
Let-
fucking awesome,
Yeah, you got the whole
dude.
family in there.
You actually
That
let them
is
watch the
awesome,
movies.
bro. This
That's
is
cute.
literally a passion project for Ryan Reynolds. Abso-fucking-lutely. That is so cool. I didn't even know that. You guys know the lore, man. That is so cool.
Yeah.
That makes it 10 times better. That literally makes it 10 times better.
There-
What the fuck?
There's 206 bones in the human body. 207 if I'm watching Gossip Girl.
This guy. This guy. So
that line
fucking
for Blake.
awesome,
So
man.
fucking stupid.
So fucking awesome. Favorite part of the movie, Nico, go.
I think I probably would have to go with as stupid as it was, I really enjoyed the part where they found all the Deadpools.
Okay, all right, yeah.
When they walk out there and it's like it's playing the "Got it on my knees and I'll take you."
Yeah.
It's fucking slashing
Yeah,
shit.
That's
and then,
awesome.
Like, the Deadpool's
Living on
come
a
and like
prayer.
push them literally off screen. And
That's
then you see
so
a bunch
cool.
of and body parts go flying back out.
That's
and there's
great.
Like, ah!
That's so awesome.
Deadpool and his goofy mask and everything, and then like they fucking just. They're like, they're going through the bus and fucking like splatting them
Splatting
against
all of
everything.
so yeah, that's so cool.
And then they get all the way to the end and they're like, we did it or something. And they turn around and then all of them just get back up again.
That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
That's so dope. That's so dope. Favorite part of the movie, SoulBruceLee, go.
All the fight scenes, especially the first one where he's using the skeleton.
Yeah,
that
the
was
skeleton was dope.
funny.
The skeleton was
That
actually
one.
dope. And I like how he bounced the sword on the floor and it like went into the other guy's it bounced right into his neck and shit. But he's just disrespecting the fuck out of Wolverine's dead body and just taking pieces of it and smacking the shit out of everybody with that stuff. It's fucking hilarious, man.
The car fight, that one was another favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
And then finally seeing Wolverine put the cowl on, I had,
Right, yeah, when he put the mask on, it was cool. It was cool. It actually worked out. It actually looked pretty decent for it.
It looked good.
It looked
And then
good. It looked good.
You pay attention to the eyes; they used like the same
eyes as
technology.
Deadpool, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't do his actual eyes, which probably would have looked goofy. They gave him the white eyes, the white glowing eyes and stuff like that. Okay, no, I get you.
And one last part I really liked was when they were arguing in the car, like.
And then it got to the point where it was like, I'm gonna fight you now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fight you now.
I'm gonna fight you now.
You're gonna fight me now.
Yeah. But I mean, let's
the
keep it.
emotions in that scene were really good.
Let's keep it real. That was a bro moment because Wolverine cut deep. Wolverine really
did.
fucking cut deep on that one.
Shit hit hard.
Dude, that
dude.
shit hurt, man. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, bro, like chill out.
Yeah,
dude.
he went so hard at him after that.
I was
That
like,
like
dude.
roasting of Deadpool. Deadpool
Yeah, I
was
was like,
just standing there,
Jesus.
he's so sad.
Yeah, I was like, good God, bro.
And that's what makes the fight really good. Like,
Yeah,
'cause,
exactly. And this is what
there
Max
was a
talks
reason
about.
for it.
This is what Max talks about, and I absolutely agree. It is not about the fight scene. It is about the reason and why are they fighting. It is. You have to
Yeah.
get to that point. If you get to that point of understanding why are they fighting, the fight scenes become 10 times more better. And
You
even
know
though the
what's
fight
good?
scene there was comical, it still meant something. You know what I mean?
You know what's good? The director literally was saying the same shit. It's about character moments.
Yeah. Character moment was the car, right? Character moment was with Wolverine and X-23 when he was sitting down and talking to her. Character moment was with him and Xavier's sister. I keep Nova, right? And character moment was redemption arc at the end when they both decided to sacrifice themselves for.
Yeah,
those are character moments for all the characters, and you need that. You need that to tell a good story. So absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Favorite scene in the movie, Jawamo, go!
I would say the opening scene, that opening fight scene in the
opening fight scene.
It just sets the entire movie. It sets the entire movie. Again, that's where my Flash parallel comes in. The opening scene of that movie sucked and set the whole movie up for failure.
Yeah,
the opening scene in Deadpool sets it up for absolute success.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I gotta give a little asterisk for a 1A scene was the absolute end credits scene where they show the video of Johnny Storm.
Okay, and him just shitting all over Nova. Yeah.
Oh, and he said, "I need my redemption." I didn't say this. I just repeated what he said.
He said, right?
And everything and more.
Yeah.
And seeing
that's so good.
Do all that was
so fucking funny, man. I'm pretty sure all the movie theaters that you guys went to, did everybody stay and watch the whole credits?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was literally our theater. It's like everybody stopped and just watched the whole fucking credits. Everybody did. All right, favorite part of the movie, NPC, go.
There were like two. One of them was like the opening with like him then to like NSYNC and then like the fight scene there. And then the second one was like the credits scene. Like you see like a montage of like.
Oh my god, bro, that got me in the feels, bro. That got me in the feels.
Was playing, I'm like, wow. Yeah,
to see the timeline of everything, of not just Deadpool and Wolverine, but like everything that they've worked on before that, dude. That got me in the feels, bro. That got me in nostalgia feels, bro.
The 2015 Fantastic Four with my
Jesus, dude. Oh my god, no, that was. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that's just years of work and dedication and shit like that. That really gets you in that mode of understanding what it really takes to make a movie that you really care about. And to be honest, I gotta bring that back to Max. Like the only reason why Max did all the assist me's and stuff like that is because they're passion projects. Max still gets weirdos that come in and be like, why aren't you doing movies and why aren't you doing it? Because you have to have passion for that shit, you know? You have to have passion to do those type of things, and Deadpool is literally Ryan Reynolds' fucking baby. He fucking loves it. He felt a character that he resonates with, and he wanted to be that character. And it's kind of like Iron Man and I forget his name. Fucking Iron Man and
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Jesus Christ. He's born for the role. Like it's his role. You know what I mean? Like it's just you at this point. Like Robert Downey Jr. You are Iron Man. Ryan Reynolds, you are Deadpool. Hugh Jackman, you are Wolverine. Like they just fit. Like it's fucking perfect.
Yeah, like they're just like born for this role.
They're just born for those roles. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's good to see them. Shine in their roles. Even and like Ryan Reynolds said, you're gonna do this until you're 90, like straight up. Fucking Wesley Snipes, you are Blade. You know what I mean? Like these characters are born for those roles, and they're gonna play them until they're fucking 90 because it's hard to see those characters get replaced. But I will say that same thing about Tobey Maguire. I still feel that Tobey Maguire is born for that role as Spider-Man, but now we have what's his name? I forget his name too.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, yes, and all that. Those guys did a great job. They're their own versions of Spider-Man, and they do it very well. So later on in the future, maybe when we're old and gray, we'll see a different actor play Wolverine. We'll see a different actor play Deadpool and all that shit, and they'll do a great job too. But to us, in our generation, in our timeline, we got the best of the best, and that's fucking awesome.
I also want to add that I loved how Blade literally said his line like, Some motherfuckers are always trying
to... Absolutely, man. Pure respect. Pure fucking respect.
And I bet your theater was quiet, right? Because they didn't know who
it was just us.
It was just us. It was just us.
Yeah. I was dying.
That's a shame.
The only time they lost their mind was like when Chris Evans said flame on and it became like the Human Torch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best
part of the movie, GLwulfie, go!
I have to chime in this. I thought of another one, but yeah, the intro.
The intro. So a lot of us in agreement. The intro is probably the best part of the movie, which is kind of nuts. That the best part of the movie is the beginning part, and it sets the stage for everything else. That's so fucking awesome. For me personally, best part of the movie, 100%, has to be the introduction of Wesley Snipes. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Fuck your face. As soon as I saw him, I fucking lost my fucking balls. I lost everything. I couldn't fucking believe it. I could not fucking believe it that they reprised his role and they brought him back in, and we got to see him do.
I was cheering. I was like, yeah, but like, dude, Kenny and Steve were just popping so off.
We fucking lost our goddamn minds, bro. I lost our goddamn minds. Arf. Fuck, man. And then not even just that, but the fact that you saw him do the goddamn moves at his age. He still got it, chat. You don't understand. This man is a martial artist, and he is good at his fucking job. And when you see him do what he's doing at the fight at the Ant-Man's base or whatever, he does a fucking fantastic job. The guy still got it. I would not be surprised.
Choreography.
I would not be surprised if that he somehow makes another Blade movie somehow, some way through this
now he's in the MCU with like
right. He's officially in the MCU. Anymore. He is officially in the MCU. So is Elektra. So is Channing Tatum, Gambit. I guess now, sure, whatever. Fuck, I guess.
Well, if they do the Secret Wars, he can absolutely be part of it. He can be.
You're absolutely correct. If they do Secret Wars, he could be there. That is absolutely correct.
Fight the other Blade.
So I got a different opinion than you guys because I think that they created a solid wall by Wolverine and Deadpool staying in Deadpool's world. That the Fox people and the Void, that's a separate universe than the MCU. They invited him in. Right. They invited Deadpool to go over there, but he chose not to go. So this is a completely separate world.
Interesting.
Until the reset.
That is true. Wow. Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Because they're still building to that. That's the whole point of Secret Wars.
Yeah. China WB says Channing Tatum looked cheap, but I get it. Nah, it just didn't fit the character. It just didn't fit the character.
No.
It just didn't fit the character.
They went comic accurate.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like the suit. It looked good.
Comic accurate. Okay. Guys, this has been fucking awesome. Thank you guys for showing up. Final thoughts. I'd say give your rating out of 10. Final thoughts and rating out of 10. Kenny, go. I think we covered everything, right? We covered mostly everything.
Yeah. 9.5. Like
9.5. Okay.
It was just a lot of fun. It's just like it's a good movie.
Yeah.
And just a great love letter to all those classics.
Dude. I feel like this is more of a love letter than a movie at this point. I think that, again, I said it before, fans for fans, dude. Fans for fans, dude. And don't say only fans, Kenny, you're getting muted. Overall impressions and rating, GLwulfie, go.
I'll say 9.5.
Nice.
Again, it's not even really my type of humor, but I except for like meta humor, I love meta humor. And
okay, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm the type of guy that loves that kind of comedy, so it fits well for my goofball gorilla brain, but it doesn't land for everybody. I totally understand that.
Yeah, but again, I have to give props. Again, listening to the fans.
What goes with all these 8s in the chat? What the fuck?
It's a really, really fun and funny movie.
Yeah, people are giving it 8.5s and 8s out of 10s. Like, what the fuck? I'm angry. Final thoughts and rating. Jawamo, go.
I'm gonna go with probably the story itself just as a 7, but with the fan service, another 12. So it'll average out at a nice little 9.
Okay. This man's calculating. I like it. Final thoughts and rating. Nico, go.
Yeah, I'd probably also give it a 9.5 out of 10. It was, to me, it was probably like the the best movie that Marvel has done in a long fucking time.
Long time, man. It's been a long time.
And again, you just felt the passion put behind this project. Like everyone just seemed like they were having a great time.
Yeah.
Making something that was like clearly just done out of love, right?
Yeah,
like just
absolutely.
love and passion. Like just they cared so much about what they were making, and
Yeah.
you just felt it throughout the whole movie. So
Absolutely. Final thoughts and rating NPC, go.
Yeah, I'm giving it like a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, there is a gripe with like the whole Hunter B-15 cameo because
Hunter
like,
B-15, what is that?
she's the character from Loki. So, but
Oh,
it's like
wait, the
TVA person.
the TVA
person,
chick.
yeah.
Yeah. She was in the original show, right? Yeah. You had a gripe with her?
Yeah.
What was the issue?
Cause like people are like going into this movie and like not understanding
Her
who
significance?
she is.
I don't think
without,
you
like,
needed.
any,
I
like,
don't think you needed
context
to know though.
information.
I don't think her significance in the movie wasn't that interesting. The only thing that threw me
Yeah.
off was her attraction to Peter. Like I didn't understand what
Yeah.
the fuck that was.
It was just
Like
Good
what?
looking
Why?
man.
Why was that? Why was that involved in any way, shape, or form? Like why did we need to know that? You know, like that didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But then again,
Yeah.
then again, you have that weird moment where one of the TVA guys was like attracted to Deadpool, and so he kept
Yeah,
looking
then
at him and
Deadpool,
shit like that.
It's like falling down on
Falling
him,
down,
yeah.
and he wanted his ass to like hit him in the face. So I guess it was like one of those moments where it was just like a cheeky thing, but I didn't understand why. Again, things that maybe they're hinting that another Deadpool will happen. Don't forget, they talked about a certain Thor talking to a certain Deadpool multiple times in a movie that was supposed to be something that's going to happen in the future, but they never really delved on it in the movie. So is that a prelude to a sequel? Are they hinting to a sequel? Like what is like? I guess the whole Peter and the TVA leader as well. They are hinting towards a sequel of something happening with those characters. I don't know, but it does seem like that's where they're going with that. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point of showing him the future of him and Thor if they're not gonna go into it? I don't get it. Like, obviously there has to be a sequel down there to explain that. Otherwise, there's no point to it. So, I guess that should be a thing later on. I have no idea. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
I will say though, it is like a love letter. Like this is one of those movies where it's like quality over quantity, because we've seen so much quantity with Marvel movies over quality. But like some of them had like really good quality, like Guardians 3 and then Spider-Man No Way Home. So like I'm just glad we got like one that is like it was made for like fans like us.
All right, for sure. Yeah, I definitely get that. And maybe something will come out of it. So who knows? Okay. Final thoughts and rating. Bruce Lee, go.
I could rate this subjectively, but fuck that. I'm just gonna go off what I feel, and I have to give it a 10 because
yes, sir.
There was a lot in this movie that I've been waiting to see.
Yeah.
For so goddamn long.
Yeah.
I don't even care, bro. Like it's just all the stuff that they put in this, like the cameos actually mattered.
Yeah.
And the ones that they picked, I fucking grew up like watching
them. So exactly. It wasn't just like, oh, here's this character, put them in, and then they're gone. It's like it wasn't a Ready Player One type shit. It was legit characters that are in there and they have roles and they have meaning, and I fucking love it.
And that's the theme of the movie.
Yeah, that's the theme of the movie, is the fact that every character that's in there is there for a reason,
Ooh,
and
that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
the characters
that's
are all there.
A really good point.
They're not just thrown in. Characters.
It's not just about Deadpool and him finding his own meaning. It's like finding meaning in the characters that were essentially discarded. Ooh,
Absolutely.
Oh
my God,
dude.
What's crazy?
That's a good point.
I think the characters that they picked, at least maybe not for Gambit, are, well, you know what? they're all anchor beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why that didn't occur to me. That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think for Gambit's case, it's in that he was supposed to be like the last movie made for Fox, and it just didn't happen.
And they didn't pick them up. And at that time, Channing Tatum was actually a little slimmer too, so it would have worked. You know, it would have actually worked.
Wow, that's actually good.
Oh, he could have made it work.
Yeah, he would have made it work. I will say the one random gripe, and I think we talked about it before, Nico, is the whole it was the whole, okay, these characters are fighting in the arena of Ant-Man, the Ant-Man arena. And then, you know, Nova says, oh, well, they're all going to die in a second because the lion is coming. The lion comes, they show a scene of the lion coming, just covering everything. And then later on down in the movie, Deadpool's like, hey, so can you bring those guys back? And they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then all of a sudden you see X-23 in the at the kitchen table eating with everybody else. So it's like, what was the point of that scene of showing that the lion literally killed everybody?
Yeah, it's like, wait, so I guess they lived through that? And then,
yeah,
like,
so they're just totally fine. And yeah, whatever. Yeah,
and,
okay.
And
so,
we're thinking, like, likely they just couldn't afford to bring him back.
Or something. I don't fucking know. That was just like, oh, okay, there's a plot twist. They're alive.
Yeah, I guess they're fine.
Yeah, sure. Cool, I guess. Yeah, okay, whatever. So them saying that those characters are still alive means that they can make their own stories at this point and bring them back at any point in time, which is fucking awesome. So who knows? Maybe something will come of this. Something, you know, won't. Who knows? I'm just glad to see them come back. And here's to many more Deadpool movies. I don't know if they even need to do anything. Like, you gotta understand, Endgame is literally Disney doing too much too soon. They busted too early, and now they're flaccid and they're tired and they just want to sleep. And you can't really top what they just did. With Deadpool, I feel like this is the best we're going to get.
You know how they do it?
How?
Get the full X-Men team.
Get the full X-Men team in a Deadpool movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the only way to really pull it off.
I thought was going to happen in this. That was like the one thing I was expecting, but actually didn't happen.
Yeah. Should have took 2 to 3 years off after Endgame. Well, you gotta understand, there's this thing called money. They spent a lot of money on the Marvel franchise. They spent a lot of money on the Disney. I'm not Disney. They spent a lot of money on the Star Wars franchise. Them boys needed to get that check. They needed to get that shit back real quick. So they're just throwing shit out, and now they realize that they're ruining both franchises, by the way. But I'm glad to see that they're acknowledging it and that they're working better to do something. Well, we don't know if they're working towards making a better, you know, outcome, but I think they are. Just because the fact that they acknowledged it is a good start. It's a good start in my opinion. It might be copium, but I think it's a good start. So, my final thought.
Steve, check your Twitter mentions. I sent you some of the covers that they referenced when they were looking at all the different variants.
Oh, really? That's fucking awesome. Final thoughts.
The X and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So final thoughts. My impressions. Obviously, fucking 10 out of 10. Great story, great pacing, great characters, and great plot. I think the motivation of every fucking character that's pretty much involved did have meaning, and it was set up in a way where they were able to give us that nostalgia feel and still make a story out of those characters that really meant a lot to us even back in the day, and give them meaning to what they are able to do even now. Elektra, Gambit, Blade, fucking hell, even fucking Nova was dope. Seeing all the different Deadpools. I still don't know what the fuck was going on with Dogpool, but whatever. But
marketing.
Yeah, sure. It was the cute little thingy that was ugly and shit. It was really cute.
He had a big old tongue.
Man, big ass tongue, and that wasn't no CGI tongue. That dog was.
Yeah, they just naturally. Some dogs have that where they have
some dogs have this extra fucking
normally
long
tongue. They
can't
even fit in their mouth, so it just kind of is always out.
Yeah. I'm looking at the variants right now. Yeah, see that Apocalypse Wolverine, I thought he had 2 claws. That's why I was like, oh, that's not the right one. But I guess it was him, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, and Patch as well. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Awesome. All right, dude. Thank you guys so much. Shouts out to Kenny. He had to dip early, but thanks to Kenny for showing up and having fun and chopping over the boys. Shouts out to GLwulfie. Shouts out to NPC, Jawamo, Nico, and Bruce Lee. Thank you guys for coming through, shooting the shit with your boy, and just talking about this awesome movie. Again,
hell yeah, man!
Movie of the year for me. We'll see what else comes out, but I don't see anything popping up anytime soon that's gonna wow me. This wasn't just a fucking movie, dude. Like you said before, this is a love letter. This is an event, and I encourage all of you to go out and watch the movie. 10 out of 10 for me, and absolutely fantastic. Would love to see it again, and definitely will get a chance to as well. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Enjoy the conversation.
One more
Much love. Let's jump into some more video games, and we'll see you guys for the next movie, whatever that'll be. So, enjoy all the festivities. And thank you guys for being here. Much love, guys.
Have a good night,
Round of
everybody.
applause.
All right, see you.